toughest things to do in all of college football is win on the road. When you're a ranked team going into a hostile environment, these fans are ready to knock them off course. Welcome, everyone, to Orlando, Florida, the Bounce House, home of the UCF Knights. As we'll see, the number 10 team in the country, the Auburn Tigers, taking on one of the top 5 teams in the conference, the UCF Knights. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. Off to get us underway. On the run from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So UCF's offense will get the first swing of the game. And it was a collection of highlight reel plays time after time last week. He'd love to do that again, David.
Oh, there's no doubt. He showed you he's capable. He showed you the big play ability, and he can make those big plays for this offense. And I think the offense is going to continue to look for him. Like, he is that guy outside that they can trust. Interesting to see, Jesse, the wrinkles off of the way they used him, and if he's going to continue to be the focal point of this offense.
I think he should continue to be the focal point, but I do think they have to move him around. You got to show some different looks, some different formations, get him in motion, stack releases, find him some access, because there's no doubt this guy can run routes, he can catch the football, and he's dangerous after he has the football. So let's see some added wrinkles in what this offense and how they take the next step based on what he did last time.
On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Quick strike complete. He stopped at the 23 and still a ways to go to pick up the first down.
This defense really does a nice job playing with their eyes and pursuing the ball. They took away all of the quarterback's options down the field. When he finally checked it down, they rallied to him, made the tackle, now setting up 4th.
Oh, he's got a chance. Gets it past the first down marker and still running. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. The Knights come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. Wants to go up top on first down. Finds the tight end. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41. The Knights are on the move. They'll go with a direct snap. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentage.
Breaks into the open. How about this freshman leading him on the chase and making the big play after the catch?
And as a defense, how scary is it having to defend this guy? He's one of the fastest players in America, and you saw it on that last play. It's not necessarily throwing him the ball over your head. They just get it to him quickly. The hard part now is running and tackling that guy. Not easy to do.
Back's got it. That completion has them right on the doorstep. They'll mark it at the 1.
The offense trying to throw it there quickly down close to the goal line. Nice job by the defense tackling the catch.
Quarterback keeps it on the sneak. The sneak scores it.
Well, you know this offensive coordinator scripts his opening 10-15 plays, and he didn't even need that. They went 9 plays and scored a touchdown. Everything working perfectly. They look like a well-oiled machine early in this game offensively.
Let's see what he can do with the return. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. So Auburn's offense will take the field for the first time. And you've got to believe this defense has put in extra time to try to slow down this tight end, David. But the question, can they even stop him?
It's one thing to watch it. It's another thing to stop it. And I'm just impressed with the way they move him around. They use him. Sometimes he blocks. Sometimes he's a wide receiver. Like sometimes he's a lineman. Sometimes he's a wide receiver. So tough to figure out where he's going to be to double team him. but I bet he's got the attention of this defense, Jesse.
He does for sure, and because of that, David, I think it's going to open up some opportunities for maybe some of the other guys out wide. If you've got two guys covering the tight end as a quarterback, you've got to be ready to throw the football somewhere else sometimes, and so you might see a little bit more balance in the passing attack today.
He's got him. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. Passing game very effective on second down. What about here on third? He'll do it himself. He's going to lose a yard on that one. Auburn sends out the punting unit. They'll boot it into the night sky for the first time. Hauls it in at the... We get that ball up to the 48-yard line before he stopped on the return. UCF has it once again. What do you think about that? Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with his 7-0 lead. They'll try the toss to the left. Turning it on. Got enough for the first down and wants more. Inside the touchdown, UCF. He got loose and it was lights out after that.
And to have a rushing touchdown of that type of yardage, you've got to be able to make something miss. It's one thing to get into the second level, but can you make that last defender miss? And you saw it on that play. Once he was in the clear, with his speed, he was gone.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. The returner will field it and try to get some field position. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. They've gotten off to a sluggish start and need to put something together on this drive. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
We're able to find the tight end for an easy completion, but good job tackling, not allowing him to get the first down.
Plenty of work to do here on second and long. Trying play action. Caught close to the marker, it's Fox. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. To the air on first down. Quickly complete. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm.
Stopped almost in his tracks, but strong enough to pick up one to the 35. These are the types of plays where offenses impose their will. Third and short from the 45. From the gun, wants to pass. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. Auburn's going to have to send out the punt team. This will kick it away. They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it at the 32. They go to the Wildcat here, looking to take advantage of that extra blocker. Motion from the back. On the direct snap, it's Larson. And they'll make the stop, and we are headed to the end of the first period. We've reached the end of the period, and it's UCF holding the lead. Man, that was an impressive and dominant first quarter. Let's take a look at the stats before we move on. Just about ready to get things started here in the second. We'll see if they continue to flex that muscle. So second down here as we're back at it after the break. Give to the running back. Just sort of a relentless run, getting everything that was available to him, and they'll mark him down at the 40. The Knights are at the line looking to convert on third and short. Muscling ahead on 3rd and short. Gets it to the 46-yard line. First down for this offense.
Offenses that are great on 3rd downs, what do? Most of the time, they keep it in manageable situations where they're not predictable, not just dropping back to pass. They do it here on 3rd and short. They convert. This offense has been so efficient on 3rd downs all throughout this season.
The Knights are on the move. He wants to change this route. Toss sweep right. Shakes off the defender.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down. Quick release by the QB. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
Nice catch by the big target. Those big tight ends, you can tell in football, are just becoming more and more of a weapon on every single team.
Here's a quick throw out to the left. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Knights! They've extended the lead and taken control here in Week 9. And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21.
This receiver is dangerous because of what he can do after the catch. Once he has the football, he is so good at making defenders miss. You saw it on that play.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
Looks like a penalty on the kickoff as the ball goes out of bounds. Handoff from the gun. Got the first down. Looking for more. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Auburn to the line in a hurry.
You know, in the SEC, you're going to have to run the football if you're going to win games. And you can go on and on talking about great Auburn running backs back in the day, but right...
There he goes! This defense giving up ground as he's finally knocked down at the 26. This offense has been sluggish, to say the least, but finally they're on the move on 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. Using the quick game. Makes the grab, but not quite enough for the first down, but a good gain on that play. Off play action. Got it behind the line. It's Fox. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
And that's why, as a defense, you can stay in your base personnel because of that linebacker. You don't have to substitute DBs to take on these receivers out in space. This linebacker is quick, he's athletic, and he is outstanding tackling people in the open field.
Shotgun snap. Wants to throw it on 3rd. Finds his big tight end. So close to that end zone. He can almost taste it, but it'll be 1st and goal for this offense.
And it's on 3rd downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Auburn. Lining up to add another.
This running back was not going to be denied. Nice blocking up front to create a hole for this running back, and he was able to take advantage.
And after the extra point, they're now down 21-7.
UCF 21, Auburn 7.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The UCF offense back on the field, ready to go to work. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Unloads quickly. Quick throw, but he's not going anywhere. The defense was all over him. The Knights trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. On target over the middle. And they finally get him down, but not before. He's got him set up for business at the 49-yard line. We're at the 2-minute timeout. They built a big lead, and they'll try to pile on a little more before the break. They were backed up, and then suddenly they weren't. They've got it 1st and 10 now inside the 50. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Missed opportunity on offense. QB and receiver just not on the same page there.
Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Calls his own number. They almost got a 1st down there. Stopped a yard short. It'll be 3rd down.
Man, the evolution of the quarterback position. Basically, you should call them running backs who throw the ball really well now.
And, guys, you know the other thing that happens here is that sets up the next play because you've sort of left the defensive line gassed trying to run down the quarterback.
Oh, you got to be in shape, chasing him around all day on design runs, on scrambles, and, you know, it's just, and the +1 advantage you get by having that guy. It's so hard to defend.
Brought down at the 21-yard line, a 15-yard pickup, and they are in prime position to get points now. The Knights will snap it on 1st and 10. Pulls and fires it complete to the right. And they finally get him stopped, but it's a big throw and catch, and he's down at the 5. We got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
And there's so much for a quarterback to think about. Stick it out in the belly. Do I pull it? Now when I pull it, I got to get my feet set, make an accurate throw to the right guy. So a lot of things going on. And I think you saw that led to a little bit of inaccuracy.
And this one will be stopped for no gain. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. They worked it down to the 4-yard line, but now it's 3rd and goal.
3:25.
Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. He's trying to get it in. Touchdown, UCF! And they take it in for 6 more points. And they knock through the extra point, and they're up 28-7. So it's an 80-yard drive. And they cap the drive with a 4-yard touchdown pass. The offense will have to use its 1st timeout of the half. Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they built this sizable lead. And he'll return it and try to get behind his blockers. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. These guys have taken some body blows in the 1st half, but now a chance to do something to feel a little better going into halftime.
Reese, they got to respond now. They got to put points on the board right here, cut into this deficit, create a little bit of momentum, because this one's going to get out of hand otherwise.
Yeah, there are a lot of offenses out there that might just say, okay, let's just regroup and figure it out. This offense doesn't have time to do that. They've got to be aggressive. They've got to throw it downfield. They've got to score points.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. It's complete to the left. Moves up to the 34-yard line, give him a 10-yard pickup. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 34. Looking downfield on 1st down. And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26. And the Tigers with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the 1st half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the 2nd half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
And the defense doesn't let him get loose, and that's going to wrap things up here in the half. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. They make the stop, and that is the end of the 1st half. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Gentlemen, one half in the books, and I am eagerly looking forward to that second half in Orlando. And it's been a dynamite first half, leading to a one-sided score right now. It's not over, but I think both sides know this is on the verge of a blowout. That opposing defense is inside its locker room right now wondering two things. What just happened, and what do we do now to try to make this respectable? And with that, let's send it back to the guys just down the road from our EA Sports Studios at the Bounce House.
All right, Kevin, about ready to start the second half here. The Knights will kick it away to start the second half. Looks like he's going to try to return it. And the returner goes down. So here comes the Auburn offense. When you're facing a deficit like this one to start the second half, you really can't afford to waste a single possession.
Fresh start here in the second half. That's the only way you can look at this if you're on offense. Things did not go your way there in the first half. It starts with one play. To get our confidence going, we just got to get something going early here on this drive.
One play, stay aggressive. Now I think I can be even more aggressive on fourth downs because obviously I've built a deficit. My defense has got to make some plays for me too.
Wide open downfield. Has plenty for the first down, and they stop him at the 28.
All right, defense, you got to turn the page. You just gave up an explosive play through the air, but here comes the offense going quickly. You got to get lined up now and get ready for another one.
The throw to the outside is complete. Oh, he's got some space. And he was loose and out the gate and doesn't go down until he gets to the 48-yard line. Pulls and throws off the RPO. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. The Tigers will hustle to the line. Wants to throw again. Gets it out fast. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
In the slant route, you got to put that foot in the ground and cut in a hurry so you can create a little bit of separation from that cornerback, and a nice job with the concentration, plucking that football, pulling it in.
Here comes Auburn to the line on 1st and 10. Wants to throw on first down. Fires to the tight end. They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on second down here. The Tigers come to the line. To the air on second down. Blasted as he lets it go. Complete downfield. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. And the Tigers started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. Looking to pass inside the red zone. Buys a little time with his feet. He's all the way down to the 3. An electric run has him set up. Auburn comes to the line with a 1st and goal. They'll try to pound their way in. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Offense trying to pay it off on 2nd and goal. Trying to pound their way in. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. This offense simply has to pay this off on 3rd and goal. They desperately need a touchdown. Go straight ahead. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Auburn!
And the running back gets his 2nd rushing touchdown of the game. You want to continue to feed this guy. You could tell he's got a nose for the end zone, knows how to get in there, knows how to make things happen.
The AT unit on the field. And with the extra point, they trail by 2 touchdowns, 28-14. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Hey, guys, just wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in the Mountain West. UNLV is on top, but it's not like Randall Cunningham is playing quarterback today, which is why they can't pull away. They're up by just 1 over New Mexico State. The moment something changes in this Mountain West fight, you will hear about it here. Back to you guys.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Picks up a useful 5-yard chunk out to the 30-yard line. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. They want to run it left here. Not a lot of daylight. He gets 1 to the 32.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Try to get it to the edge. They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
4th down and 3, and they'll try to pick it up. Creates a little room. And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chains. Solid run on the last play gives this offense another 1st down. Looking to throw on 1st down. Snagged out of the air. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. So now it's 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Quickly to the flat in the wide receiver screen. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
This is no surprise to defenses anymore. Everybody throws wide receiver screens, and you can tell they were ready for it. They saw the quick game. They pounced on it, got the wide receiver on the ground. That's not the first time they've seen that route.
Just going to keep it after the snap. And boy, is he close to that 1st down, maybe just a couple of inches short.
Quarterbacks generally, guys, we know, they're not as big and not as physical runners as running backs, so it is going to be trickier for them to break tackles. I like the idea of getting the design quarterback run game going, but moving forward, let's see if we can get him out to the perimeter.
Snap it to the back. Slithers into space. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Quick release on the RPO. Defense makes the tackle, and that will probably be the final play of the 3rd quarter. That's the end of the quarter, and UCF has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. Just about ready to go in the 4th, and we'll see if any drama can be mustered. Chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on 2nd down. Power football with the run. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Man, not much wiggle room for the ball carrier there.
I'm not really sure what they can do to try to create some space.
I know. Block better. How about the offensive lineman push some guy backwards and make some holes?
Pulls it in. Breaks into the open. They are on the move as they pick up the 1st down. They'll spot it at the 28.
And you just get the feeling that this defense has to find a way to get off the field and get the football back at this juncture of the game, trailing late if they're going to win.
They wrestle him to the ground, but he's got plenty for a 1st down. The Knights come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. Finds his big tight end. Touchdown, Knights! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. They push out that lead a bit and draw much closer to a win here in Week 9.
And how about it? Everyone getting involved, getting the big tight end involved. This offense has done an unbelievable job scoring points. This defense has had no answers. Just keep it rolling, offense.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. There's a lot of pressure when you have that number 1 beside your name, and perhaps it was the pressure, perhaps it was just one of those days, but that reign is coming to an end. From the gun, the ground game. Chips his way for more. And a 9-yard gain on first down leaves him with 2nd and short. Split backs here. The option look. It's a fumble. No, look what I found. I'd say that's a stroke of good fortune. The offense keeps it.
That ball carrier is very lucky. That easily could have ended up in the hands of the defense. You have got to do a better job with ball security.
Wants to go up top on first down. Throws to the wideout. And it falls incomplete, and the offense is lucky to have it. Defender right there almost had it in his grasp. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. And the defense gets home. Yippee-ki-yay at the 35.
And this defense came to play. They know about the high-profile QB. They rose to the challenge and dominated the competition today. They took care of business.
He lobs one high down the left side. And they wanted it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with 4th down. They'll lead the offense out there to try to get it past the marker and pick up the first. On 4th down, they'll pass for it. Unloads to the right. It's incomplete. A 4th down stop and the turnover on downs. They've got the big fellas out there. A 3 tight end look on 1st and 10. They'll try to get outside. He is guided out of bounds, and they'll mark it at the 28. The Knights can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go.
Well, no mystery on that play call, right? You've got the lead late in the game. You've gotten the ball back on the other side of the 50 on your opponent's side, and so you're just going to run it. And it's fine if they know that. You just want to stay on the field and bleed this clock, and you got to start thinking about where are your best run-it-runs. Which side of this offensive line is the strongest? Which guys defensively do you want to attack so you can take as much time off the clock as possible?
Quarterback making adjustments. They'll try to get it through the air. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down.
How about that? This team is way up in this game, and they're still taking shots in the 4th quarter. There is no let-up.
Quarterback keeps it. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a 1st down. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. To the air on 1st down. Floats it out in space. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
And that's kind of a lot of today's running game, right? Spit the ball out quick, get it to your playmakers in space, get positive yards. It's instead of running the ball a couple yards up the middle, now you just spit it out wide.
Turning it on. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion. The Knights moving quickly to the line. Looking to throw on 1st down. He's got it and still on his feet. They've got it down to the 3-yard line. Really well done on that throw and catch.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
Gets the back moving. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Touchdown, UCF! They wanted to finish, and that they did on that possession. They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead.
And offense slips the running back out of the backfield. Nobody decides to cover him. My man makes the play, shows off the hands first, got to make the catch first, does the rest, walks in the end zone for the touchdown.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. What a turn that last drive was. Didn't pick up the fourth down, and it led to the scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and those are frustrating because you think you might get points, and then your defense gives up points. This has got to be a complementary football-type deal. The offense now needs to provide a little spark and give this defense some hope.
No doubt, David. They got to turn the page, and they've got to play with a little bit more urgency here, knowing they've got to get that one back and put a good drive together.
2 minutes now left in this one, and time is running short if they want to find a way to pull this one out. They're dealing with a second and long. The corners are walked up tight. Second down, he'll throw it. With the catch, it's Fox. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down.
By the receiver.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the first down.
He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Yeah, and this offense, man, they just continue to struggle. And they need to find something that they do really, really well. And running the football late in the fourth quarter when you're getting beat by a good bit, that's probably not it. This offense needs to hit the gas, and they need to pitch and catch a little bit and throw the football around.
This senior showed some serious arm strength firing that one in for the first down. The Tigers come to the line with a new set of downs. They're going to run it. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground.
Well, I think the offense at this point now, they're just trying to limit the damage. They want to get out of here and move on, turn the page to the next game because things just have not been going their way, throwing or running the football.
He'll pull it on the read. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, that last play is basically a microcosm of what today has been like for this offense. Just nothing happening. Not physical enough at the point of attack. They're being swarmed. They haven't had the balance necessary to win this game, and that's why they find themselves trailing late.
A hostile environment can have a major impact on even the most composed, well-prepared team. So how much did the crowd play a factor in this upset?
Well, this is what makes college football so great, the home crowd and how they were able to impact this game. No doubt about it, David. They played a big factor.
And they're still jacked up, and they're still excited. They play a big factor, and it affects everything. College football, road atmospheres, they're tough. Even when the team isn't ranked like they weren't today, these are the types of moments that can jump up and bite you.